Well, hi there. I'm Matt, and I cannot believe it's already the end of November, which means it's time for me to talk about the stuff that I've been doing through this month, and also some of the stuff that I've learned from Nicholas, which I am in an internship with at Elsewhere, and so I think I can also share with you guys. But before we do that, you may notice that I'm filming from a different angle today. Right over there, I used to actually film the October video, which I did last month. And for those who are a little bit keen in observation, you may also notice that I look a lot more professional, really, in quality at least, you might say. And that's because I have been allowed to borrow Nicholas's really expensive 90,000 Danish kroners camera. And he has also helped me set up some lights, which I'm going to show you a little bit for. So for comparison, this was the camera which I was filming with in the October month, which is a Nikon D3100. And if I film the camera right in front of me, this is a Blackmagic Ursa Mini, which I have used to film this video here. Also, you may notice that up here there are lights right there in both directions here, so they can see me both front and back. And it's kind of exciting for me to actually be using some really professional equipment to film one of these videos for myself. And I hope that maybe in the future I can use this as well. But since the internship is ending very soon, here by the end of November actually, I may go back to using the old Nikon camera for a little bit, but then I will at least take with me all the stuff that I've learned about lighting, which Nicholas has told me about, and also the angles of cameras and how you make a good picture out of it. So with that said, let's talk about the stuff that I did this November for Elsewhere. So this month I started off doing a series of commercials for a small company called Raw Roots, a hair product company who makes their hair gel for dreadlocks and also some cream and soap. They also do very raw, natural elements they use to make these kind of products. And this I have been making a little bit of to show off here. In the videos you see a lot of clips of forest and nature and flowers really in general, and how all this process is made. And what I focused on was to create a kind of a process on how all this was made, and with a certain look of maybe a morning kind of look. And also I have done some other looks where it looks a little bit more like much green. It looks very green in terms of filters, and the environment is a lot more clearer in quality and sharp. So you can tell that this is incredibly interesting for me to try. In these videos I learned a lot about using stuff called loots. And if you don't know what loots is, if you use Adobe Premiere, there are some settings you can use to make the movie look like different color palettes and what you see on screen. What I did learn though was that loots look incredibly different depending on what movie you want to make. This commercial in particular, I used a loot called Contrail, and I also used another one called Remy, I believe the name was. And these were loots that were given to me by Nicholas, so I can play around with it and how it could be used basically. And so I made like a 1 minute and 30-second commercial of how the company made this. And also I am right now actually still making some 30-second commercials which focus a lot more on the individual processes of how the Raw Roots products are made. The other thing we did this November was we went out to where Nicholas lives. So at the moment I'm heading out right now to Kibik, right outside of Herning, where me and Nicholas are going to film a scene for a YouTube series that he wants to make. We drove out to a very big forest where there was art installations set up. And there we filmed a scene starring me. We made this fantastic scene during sunrise where I walk into this cabin and kind of look inside curiously and see what's in there. And then I walk into the world of elsewhere. It was an interesting experience with all the light switch, for example, I'm using right now. We use the same light switch I'm using here. There you can see what kind of professional company I've went myself into. Before I go, I may say that this might be the last time that I would be filming in this office for now, where I'm sitting right now. The next video by December isn't certainly going to be filmed with the professional camera that I'm using today, and not with as many lights. I'm probably going to use the Nikon, which I have been used for the October, because the internship obviously ends, and so I need to make something more for you guys by the end of December and when we enter the new year. So I hope you have enjoyed this video here, and as always, I will see you in December, and I hope you have a good day all together. Thank you.